Well, hello there friends and welcome back to my channel. Last year, Neil and I got really into gardening, if you couldn't tell. So over the winter, we were trying to find a way to grow stuff to kind of scratch that gardening itch while we were waiting for garden season to start back again. So we took the last 2 months to learn a new skill, how to grow microgreens. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. We've grown a few different varieties. I walk you through just the intro basic level. And honestly, after growing microgreens for 2.5 months, I cannot recommend it enough. So much so, the people who I've recommended to, I've gotten like several people to start growing microgreens because it's just that easy and it's just that delicious. And it's great for anyone who wants to try to get a green thumb. It's very forgiving and very fun. So without further ado, here is a how-to on how to grow microgreens. Hello there. Okay, so it is Tuesday, January 24th. Yes, Tuesday, January 24th, and we are resetting our microgreen trays. So let me show you what we are working with. So we have our seed starting station / growing station right here in our living room because I think it looks cool and that way we won't forget about the stuff that we're doing, which is important. All you need are some trays, some soil, and some microgreens. For us, what we like to do, we have these square trays here. We have 3 of them. This one is where we grow our microgreens, and you'll see there's a lot of holes in here for drainage. This one is what we use to water. And then this 3rd one is what we use to, for the first few days during the blackout period, to push these down. Now, you don't need nice trays like this. What I have gotten are just some meal prep trays from Publix. So if you wanted to do this at your house, at your apartment, in your van, wherever you want, all you need is some black trays like this. And for this middle one, I'm going to poke some holes in it, and I'll show you how to do that. You just need 2 normal ones and 1 with some drainage. And then anyone can go pick up these microgreen mixes. I just got this at my Lowe's. You can also buy these on Amazon, and they are perfectly good to go. The brand that I love is Botanical Interests. I really love the brand. They have really good seed quality, really beautiful directions and instructions here. And they're just what's at the garden store that Neil and I go to a lot in Nashville. So there we go. For these trays, I already have one that has some drainage in it. But I'm gonna make my drainage tray for the Publix option here. This is not the safest, but I just use my time thermometer and poke some holes in here. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna poke them about like an inch or so apart from each other. So welcome to my potting bench. So what we're gonna do is we are going to fill our trays with some soil. You just need a scoop or 2. You can just use regular potting mix from Lowe's. Like a small bag is fine. Genuinely only need like 2 cups of soil for small containers. Even for my like larger container, I only need a couple of scoops. So we're gonna fill that up. Now the soil that we use, it's not a potting mix. It's like almost like a normal potting / topsoil mix. So there are some larger, like some wood chips and things like that. I'm gonna pick those off of the top because the larger wood chips are gonna impede the seeds. So if you see any large particles or whatever soil you have, just pick them up so they're not in the seed's way. Now I'm gonna set it up in a sunny spot. It's gonna be right by this window, and it's gonna get some sunlight from this grow light up here. This is my lemon tree. So I'm gonna set it up right here, and then we're almost done. So microgreens need one last thing. They need a little bit of weight to them, because the microgreens need something to push up against, like to grow. So if they're weighed down, there's a bit more, I don't know, primordial sense to grow, whatever. So I'm gonna weigh this tray down just with some dried beans and I think some pie weights. I have my seed trays with a towel and just like a heavy book. And then I am going to turn the light off. And then the only other fancy thing I do is we have a little seed starting mat under there that's like kind of warm. So I'm gonna plug that in. So it's gonna help expedite the process. But yeah, that's all you have to do. Get 3 containers that are black, put some soil in there, water it, sprinkle seeds, cover, a little bit of weight, and then wait like 2 days. So I'll show you what it looks like because it's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Hello, it is Saturday, January 28th, I think. Wait, hold on. Yeah, Saturday, January 28th. So we started the microgreens on Tuesday. Typically they germinate in 2 to 3 days. Took a couple extra days, but we have germination. So you know that it'll be ready to take the trays off when you see these little sprouts start coming out of the side. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna remove your weight here. Ah, and you see your microgreens. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put these in the prime sun spot there. And then these are very delicate, so I'm gonna water them from underneath. So I'm gonna put water in this tray here, put this on top so the roots can take the water from underneath them. And then you let these go for a few more days here until they're bushy green and you have almost all germination. So this had the same amount of seeds. I did 1 packet. We've got some guys sticking out of the side there. All right, so we didn't get full germination yet, but that's okay. This has happened before. They just come in a little later. But we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna water underneath and give these guys some sunlight. So it is Sunday, the next day after we unveiled our microgreens, and our windowsill microgreens are doing really, really well. But I want to talk to you about our not windowsill microgreens. Our guys are struggling, all right? These did not germinate. You can see that they're trying to shoot off roots, but it's just kind of not happening. So what I think happened was there just weren't enough seeds in the packet. So that's why in the smaller container, there was enough seeds and we have good germination there. But since that was a bigger pallet, double, there's just some bare spots. So I'm gonna toss this one and I'm gonna do another set of microgreens for us. And these are the early Wonder Beet. So I'm gonna re-rack this guy, and then our other microgreens should only take another couple of days. I'm also starting some of our first like heirloom variety microgreens, and we are starting popcorn microgreens. I am so excited to try this out. Okay, so it is 1 week and 1 day since we planted our microgreens. They're ready to harvest. So let me go show you those guys. You have to go past the sleepy dog, but then you see our microgreens. They are very tall, very leggy, but they are thick and they are plush and they are ready to harvest. Now, ever since I uncovered them, misted them about once a day, I gave them a lot of water so they didn't need any watering, and now they're ready. Now that we have harvested our microgreens, you don't want to reuse the soil right away, but it is perfect. Come on, bud. Let's go outside. Okay. But it is perfect to add to any bed, your lawn, compost, whatever. So anything or any small guys that we missed, they are not going to waste because we're putting them in our beds. Just like this. There we go. You can see the little roots popping out. See our container, guys. This is the microgreens from the other week. Bye, buddies. Thank you. And now with more seeds, you can just fill this up with soil and re-rack it. Overall, with these microgreens, I thought they came out okay. I think the reason why they were so leggy or so tall was because I did not add enough soil in. So what I'm doing in other trays, and I'll show you just in a minute, is making sure that the soil is pretty much all the way up to the top, so that way the microgreens don't have to expend that much energy to grow up. They can then spend that energy to grow like out, bigger, more plumage, etc. I also, for that small seed packet, it was great just for a small tray. As you guys saw, it was not great for my large tray. So on Sunday, now originally I had planted both last Tuesday. It is now the next Wednesday, February 1st. We got the ice storms and stuff that are all in the south. So a week and a day since I harvested these, but then I re-racked my other pan that wasn't working out, like my larger pan with the same packet, with some beets. And again, added more soil all the way up to the top, and we have some growth popping out. So let me show you what that looks like. Come on, bud. We gotta go show them beets. I know, that's a good point. Come on. Let's go show them beets. And yes, eating and harvesting the microgreens is a great part, but honestly, my favorite part is when they start poking out of the tray. Let me show you. Look at those guys. This guy's coming up. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got some beautiful beets coming in. We've got the color coming in along the sides. Then if you see in the middle, we have all these roots just about to come up here. Look at that. So these are going to take about another 7 days. The Wonder Beets take a little bit longer than the clover and the mustards and stuff. So these will be ready to sow in about another week. If you notice you have some loss, that is totally normal. This is what was sitting on top. They're just gentle and sometimes they stick, and that's okay. That's why we put a lot in there. I also want to show you, if you are wanting to get into microgreens, I highly recommend Botanical Interest blends to start with. They're great. And then if you want to keep going, we did a big order at an online seed shop called True Leaf Market, and they have some really cool varieties. So our microgreen storage is right underneath our growing station, and I have some cool things in here. So first off, we have some herb microgreens that we're gonna do mostly in the summer. So we have some cilantro, we have some dill, and then, yeah, more cilantro there. But then we have some really cool variety. We have another beet. We have bull's blood beet. We have Rambo radish. We have leek as well. So we want like some oniony, like microgreens, all that stuff. We also have some black oil sunflower, which I'm really excited to do soon. We've got some mustard seeds as well. We've got peas, and then the highly anticipated popcorn. So we are all set for a hot minute on microgreen seeds. So that about does it for our intro journey into how to grow microgreens. I hope you guys have liked this video, and I hope you guys grow your own microgreens. I was really surprised by how easy, how accessible they were to grow. Yes, we have a variety of seed starting things, but I hope I was able to convey that you can just go to Publix, black plastic containers, and some seeds and grow them. And they're highly nutritional, they're highly delicious, can really help the winter blues, especially if you're a gardener like me and need something to do, tend, and care for during the long winter months. That, yes, I know I have a dog, tend to her too, but garden-wise, care-wise, yep, she's on the run. Cannot recommend microgreens enough, so I hope you guys like this video. Tag me if you grow your own microgreens because of this. I would love to see, and I will see you guys back in the kitchen.